Talking Biscuit boy proud. Static crackles like a rattlesnake's tail. Voices rolling like a freight train wheel. Cornbread Man, Biscuit boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread Man, Biscuit boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Gravy drips in the southern drawl. Stories thick like the cypress tall. Radio rebels riding wild and free, shouting truths like a storm at sea. Hey, hey, can you feel that beat? Boots on the floor, fire in the heat. Cornbread Man, Biscuit boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread Man, Biscuit boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Tales of dirt roads, whiskey skies that cut through the night like fireflies. Laughter echoes through the pines, two voices cross them county lines.
All right, it's good to be here with you.
Good morning, folks.
Yeah, good morning. Let me get Podbean pulled up. 1 second, let them join the party. And we now have Podbean online.
It is potty time.
Yeah, on the MP3 side, which feeds everything else. If I don't forget to unmute and all that stuff when I do that. Had a good time this morning on the previous show. We're still hanging out now. We bring in Biscuit Boy into the mix. Obviously, we're inside. We decided with weather and just need to be a little closer to home today.
Nice fire going.
Nice fire going. I like it. And you see yourself, Paul, like, you know, every guy likes his man cave. Could you envision your man cave with a little fire going? You got a little pipe in your mouth and a good book. Could you kind of see that, you know?
I could, yeah. I love wood fires.
Yeah.
We have a gas fireplace at our house, and it's just not the same. You know, it's good. It warms you. You know, if the electricity goes out, it's good to have gas. You know? But there's nothing like a good roaring fire.
Oh, I think it's one of the most calming things in the world is to just watch. Aquariums are the same way. You can look at an aquarium. Some people dig that, just watching the fish go back and forth and swim around. But it does have a calming presence. I mean, just having that there. I mean,
I know my doctor's, my dentist office, they have, like behind us here, but they have a live shot of this huge bird feeder, and all kinds of different birds will come and eat, and the squirrels will come and they play and fight and all that.
Yeah.
Very, very just numbing, so to speak. You can just sit back and watch that.
That would be cool. If you had a wall that was a big aquarium, that would be cool too. You just sit there and have fish swimming behind your head or whatever. I knew one place that had a live feed of a bald eagle's nest or something like that. They would see the bald eagle come, and it's a live feed. You can watch people got videos trained on stuff like that around the world.
Well, on the Tennessee River, there are 2 different places that I know of where the bald eagles have nested. One of them is right in the middle of the river. They have a structure that's been built out there specifically for birds, and the eagles have come in, and they don't bring little twigs and stuff to build their nest. They bring logs. They carry some big wood out there.
That's right. Big wood.
Well, Dave, I've got a scripture I'd like to read this morning.
Go right ahead.
Comes from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 16, verses 15 through 18. And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. And these signs shall follow them that believer in my name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents. And if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. Amen and amen.
Amen.
I believe that's where some of the churches in Appalachia that handle snakes and drink cyanide and all that, that's where they got that from.
Yeah. I love it. The word of God.
Amen.
Get filled up.
Yes, every day.
Folks, this program is brought to you by Wolf Nation Coffee. We're working on getting the logo on the packages themselves. We're very close.
Yep.
But that QR code works. It'll take you to the same place, and it's the same great coffee, same great taste.
It is good coffee.
There's something for everyone, and the shipping is included. So you don't have to worry about, what's the cost going to be when I get to checkout, because that can be a sticker shock at some places.
Yep.
With us, it's not like that. It is absolutely included in that. And then let me say also the Hodge Twins, I got to replace that one logo there, but it'll be all right.
Right.
QR code as well. You can also use Cornbread at Hodge Twins. Get you some of that. Great people. I really like them.
They are. They're good guys.
They're good guys. They say it like it is.
Yeah, they do.
You'll get a discount if you go there and use our cornbread or go through the QR code, and it'll take care of that. Then the same, I love Mammoth Nation.
Yeah.
You can join for as little as $5 a month. You're gonna get all kind of savings. It's America first companies. They stand on the Constitution, and I've bought many things through many.
They've got a lot of stuff there.
A lot of stuff. They're adding more all the time.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody. But Mammoth Nation, they also do a great podcast. They put out a video a week, about 45 minutes, on America issues and stuff like that. Don't forget Dubby, using promo code Southern Fried. I've got the punch flavor inside. We'll show you that in a second. I've been drinking that.
Right here.
We get back on the camera. We're not.
Oh, we're not on camera.
Yeah, not on camera yet, but we'll get that back. And then also don't forget Paywall. If you got a small company and you need somebody to keep up with that, subscriptions and payments and all that, they're a very affordable company, Paywall.
You have no idea how important something like that is.
Absolutely.
That's the great thing about our company. We have a back office. And WFG takes care of everything for us.
Yeah,
it's
and
amazing.
you got to have that. You got to keep things going. You got to have somebody that does that for you.
So this is the punch.
Yeah. Dubby,
Punch
I love
flavor. Yep.
You know what? You can't beat it. I'm telling you, no sugar, no jitters, no crash, no shakes or nothing like that. I just put it in water and go.
Put
And
it
like
in
I
there
said,
and go.
matter of fact, that's the punch. That's the one I'm drinking on right now, and it's just got great flavors. And they do a lot of discounts. They'll do BOGOs and stuff all the time during a certain hour. I've gotten a tub and had another tub thrown in the thing, just going in there at the right time. So it's really cool. Good morning, Broski Bear. We appreciate you. Thanks for the welcome.
Good morning, broski.
It wasn't a technical issue. It wasn't technical issues. It was David issues, which might be a technical issue. A couple things happened. One, I didn't sleep good. I got up and my voice was a wreck. I should have ended that one or reset it, and I didn't do it, so it stayed out there. I apologize. So that was a Dave issue, and yesterday morning was kind of crazy. So that was my fault. So
and I had a brain fart last night trying to get on.
I was like, "Where's he at?
Yeah,
I can't get in. Captain Kirk, beam me up."
Yeah, I'm learning, Dave. I'm learning.
No, it's not a THC drink. It's just a good old energy drink. So no, I don't have any of that. I don't.
I will tell you, I'm drinking Cuppa mushroom coffee, and this stuff is amazing. I really like. I'm gonna get in touch with them and see if we can't get in with them.
I'm sure we could work a deal.
Deals
to be made.
Oh, most definitely.
We have some others. I didn't mention a couple. Fruit Hero. I got to start advertising for them. Our new
and the Ascending
with
group.
Us and the Ascending group.
I've got to get us a logo and a QR code.
We're doing a lot of things. We're spinning a lot of plates, but you're going to see that, and we may have another affiliate coming on board. We're looking at that, and so for content creators and stuff, we also have a partnership with Podbean. We can get your first month free. You know. Just use it again. It's the same thing. I think we used. I think that one's mainly a QR code. I don't think we have an actual name, like or a promo code.
Right.
I think it's just you use the address we send you to, and they'll sign you up. It's $14 a month. We'll get you first month free. You can be live in minutes, like 5 minutes. You can be live. It's really easy.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
That's scary in a way. Some people you don't want to go live, you know.
The access today is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and all these people. And
I look at some of these people out here, and it concerns me that they're able to procreate, you know.
Watching their videos is like, sometimes I don't know if it's a mental issue or drug issue, or I don't know, or they're odd, or it's all a stick. It's all like made up. I don't know.
I don't.
Yeah, sleeping bad really stinks. Paul don't sleep good either.
No.
I am. I could not. I was up, and I sat up. And I just dozed. I'm thinking I'm gonna get up, and I woke up late because I was so tired. And then my voice was. It was gonna take a few minutes to clear that, and I just said I didn't have time. I just didn't have time. So, but that's on me, and I don't want those things to happen. And when I set a show, I want to make it, and this has been a little challenging the last couple of months, but we're working on getting that really set,
right,
getting comfortable where we're at, and so hopefully we'll limit those misses like that, because I don't like to do that. It makes me mad when I miss something.
One of the reasons why I sleep bad is because of Corn Dog.
Licking your face?
No, I don't know what he dreams about, but man, he gets going. I mean, just in his sleep, he's going and he's pushing me. I sleep with one arm hanging off the bed, because he pushes me off the bed. And I told him this morning when the alarm went off, he was doing all that. And I didn't want to get up. I made him leave. I made him go get on the couch. I said, I'm going to lay here for 30 minutes and at least get a nap, But anyway.
Oh.
I'm not a dog. I don't get to lay around the house all day. So.
When Kaylee was little, a lot of times, no matter where I was at, she'd wake up in the middle of the night. She'd just come find me, and snuggle.
Yeah.
Because when she first came to live with us, it was it's hard on her. I mean,
yeah.
So she actually would fall asleep on my chest every night. That's how she fell asleep.
Change is hard on kids.
It is hard, and it made her feel secure and everything. And so then I would lay her down every night. She would get up and find me.
Right.
And she usually would rest really well, but there were those times I got kicked a few times,
Oh yeah,
punched in the head. Like, what in the world is going on? You know?
sleeping, sideways on the bed.
Uh,
Kids are fun.
they are. And it took her, I would say, oh my goodness, at least 2 or 3 years to get really comfortable with sleeping in her own bed all night long. I really, honestly, she
Right.
never slept a whole night. She'd always find me, come and snuggle and just feel secure and sleep like I say, like a baby.
Well, she is very acclimated now and very well rounded. She is a really good kid.
She is. She's I have to. She's got a. She really when she's passionate about something, she gets a little bit sharp. Not bad
Right.
words, but the way she'll tell you how she feels. She don't back down. She gets really upset about something.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
She will not let people run over her or anything like that.
That is good.
She will state her with conviction, her feelings about something.
Right.
You know.
Right. So, Dave, I got a question for you.
All right.
I think where we're going to bring this up.
Yeah, I was fixing to.
You go ahead. Bring it up.
No. Go ahead, man.
Have you ever been driving down the road and saw something and drove on by and like, wait a minute, that wasn't right. Something wasn't right there. Have you ever done that?
Many times.
I have too.
Many times, seeing something that was I can't take that right now. Seeing things that you didn't think were going to be. It looked odd, like
it's out of place.
It really messed with your brain.
Yeah.
Like what did I just see? I've even turned around and come back and tried to find stuff. You know,
right.
It bothers me so bad, and sometimes couldn't find it.
I know we've where I live up in Ottawa, we've got a really nice golf course called the Honors Club.
Oh yeah,
which is right across
designed by Jack Nicklaus, wasn't it?
Yes,
the Honors Club,
if I'm not mistaken,
or is that
or Arnold Palmer? One of the two.
Maybe it's Palmer, and then Jack Nicklaus did the Trace or whatever they call it.
I'm not sure.
I think I'm right on that.
But driving to my house, the road kind of, I don't know, is a long straightaway, but I saw something cross the road. And it was black and it had a long tail.
Yeah.
Now, to me, I know what a cat looks like. I've seen mountain lions, in the wild. I've seen all kinds of cats. And that was not a domestic cat. But it was black. It was solid black. And I would say it was a good 3 foot tall. 2.5, 3 foot tall.
Okay.
Now, if you ask the Tennessee wildlife, there is no such thing. There are no panthers in this area. Do you think there's panthers in this
I do
area?
think there's panthers.
I know there are. I've seen
my
them.
brother-in-law was doing security. We were just talking about this the other night.
Yeah.
And he saw one cross a property he was guarding. And at that time, all they had them on were golf carts. They didn't have a vehicle. Later on, they got to do it in vehicles.
Right.
They were on a golf cart.
Wow.
And he sees this panther cross his path. He called it in like, hey,
Yeah.
And
well, they will not. Tennessee wildlife will not accept it unless you have photographic evidence, hair, and scat.
there's our answer. It was primarily designed by legendary golf course architect Pete Dye.
Pete Dye. Okay.
It's that's for the people with their little finger up in the air. Honors.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of money.
I've played the course one time. You have to be a member to play or invited by a member.
Yeah.
And I was fortunately invited by a member, but I've got a couple of friends.
The Bear Trace is one I think that Nicklaus designed.
Well, we have so many golf courses in this area.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, it's crazy. But yes, there are some really nice golf courses in this area.
have you ever been a member of a golf course? We'll go back to our topic.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been a member?
I used to be a member. Well, I've been a member at Rivermont, which is no longer there. It's a bunch of $1 million houses on the river now. That was our home club. I played there for years and years and years, and then I was a member at Battlefield.
Yeah. Very affordable place.
Lived down here. Yes, it is.
It's a good course.
It's a very good course.
When it's not flooded.
Right.
It can flood.
But I've been fortunate to play some really nice. We remember at the farm down in Dalton.
The farm.
That's a really nice course. But yeah, I've been fortunate to play some really nice golf courses.
When you're talking about seeing things at night, going down the road or whatever,
Yeah,
it's not exactly the topic, but it's funny. I was driving my father-in-law before he died,
yeah,
and he said, "I gotta go to the bathroom really bad."
okay,
They probably was thinking this way, things you see at night that you're like, I can't believe it.
yeah.
So I'm like, well, I'll find a station. He goes, no, I can't wait. Just pull up here at this, like a little parking area.
I think we're froze over there.
No, it's not really. That's just us. It's not.
Okay. All right.
Don't let it fool you. It just does that. You have to.
I got you.
It flipped Dean out the first time. Well, we're frozen. No, we're not frozen. There are times that could happen, but no.
Right.
So he pulls up and he says, he steps out. Hear the zipper go down, and all of a sudden, from above, it like the voices from above. I don't know how many people were up there. Couldn't see them. It's dark.
Right.
I hear this lady go, "What, boy? Don't you even think about," as she said, pulling that thing out on my property.
Wow.
I heard the zipper go back up. He got back in the car
Without a scream. That's always a good thing. When the zipper goes up without a scream,
I could have swore I heard at least two guns get, pulled.
cocked.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said, "I think I'll go down the road to that station now." I'll never forget it. I was like, where did we stop? I never saw the people. Like, it was dark and it was up above us. Like, I couldn't even see, like, where are they at? But boy, they could see us.
I remember. For some reason, I don't know why this sticks out in my mind, but as a kid, we're in Chickamauga where the railroad tracks go behind the old elementary school back there. We used to play on the railroad tracks a lot. Well, do you know what a torpedo is? It's a little thing they put on the railroad tracks to, I don't know, they blow up or something. I don't know exactly what they do, but it's something that the railroad, if anybody can tell me what a torpedo is.
I don't think I know.
But anyway, there was this boy out there on the railroad tracks playing with us. And they live, there's houses right on the railroad tracks there in Chickamauga. And anyway, he lived in one of those houses. Well, his mama come out and she hollered for him. His name was Henry. She said, "Henry, where you is?" He said, "I'm down here on the railroad track picking up tire peters." She said, "You better get up here. I'll tie your Peter. I'll bust your butt with a boy." And I remember that clear. I can hear her hollering at him. And I was like 8, maybe. I don't know why that sticks out in my mind, and I don't know why I just thought about it either. But yeah. I'm glad nobody else has to be up here.
You just never know what you're going to.
You talk about a 3-ring circuit.
Things are bouncing around.
Yeah, I've got a little monkey up there hitting a drum and a cymbal and banging with his feet and everything else.
Oh, yeah. I've been going down like long, flat roads, dark, and see something off in the distance, and it messes with you. I've seen things in the air.
Yeah.
I've seen things on the ground, and I never could figure out what they were. But they were different. They weren't normal, plane traffic or whatever.
Right.
And it's nowadays they're really messing with people. The Elon satellites.
Oh yeah.
Like, what's that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things in the heavens right now that are strange anyway.
That are man-made.
That are man-made, but there could be other things we just don't.
Well, this is something that concerns me. With the way AI is going now, you can't hardly tell the difference in some of the videos, AI from real. It's really kind of freaky. But they have been putting chemicals in our atmosphere, different metals and things of that nature for years now, trying to modify the weather. And they say that they're not doing it, but there's proof. I mean, people have come forth that were actual pilots, doing this.
Yeah.
And I think with the way that lasers are today and the things that they can project, they're putting all of this, silver and oxide and metals and, all kinds of different things in our atmosphere that will reflect those, just like a cinema screen. They'll be able to project Jesus in the air or whatever in the air and make you believe it.
Well,
it'll seem real.
Tagging on behind what you just said, I was thinking, we remember back the famous War of the Worlds,
Yeah.
I mean, it was all just a radio show. No, the radio.
The original.
The original, I'm talking about the real event. Like it freaked people out.
Orson Welles, yes.
They thought that we were being invaded by aliens or whatever.
Yeah.
If you took AI technology now and they have the ability to cancel, like they could just drop the internet down. Like nobody has internet. I mean, this is happening in Iran right now. You could drop the internet. You could put out there, though, for the powers that be, you could put out there a video that says we're being invaded.
Yeah.
And how many people would freak out and go with that first instinct, oh my gosh, and the chaos that could occur if you, and I'm not talking about just, you could say alien invasion, you could say
whatever,
Russian invasion, Chinese invasion, or whatever, and the chaos that could be caused with that. And then they would say, oh, it was a glitch. It was something we were just making in the background. It accidentally got projected, yeah, right. But they could set the populace in chaos like that.
I want to tell you what, if say China, Russia, whoever, say they invaded the South. So they came in down South Georgia, through
That's right, broski. Yeah.
Through Florida or something like that. There would be a line of 4-wheel drive trucks and rednecks with rifles and shotguns on their way down 75. It'd be backed up. Traffic would be backed up.
There's no doubt.
And, by the time the Army got there, there'd just be nothing but shotgun shells and beer cans everywhere. War's over, baby.
Broski says the purpose is to usher in the new world order. All countries united under one world bank, one world government, one world leader.
That's what they're wanting. I mean, Jesus told us that pretty much.
Yeah, he did. And it's all going that way. And we're going to get there one day.
Yeah.
So all these things are being, people, I mean, so quickly how things could change. You don't want to be a town crier to say, the sky is falling, but you got to look at stuff. And when Biden, nobody really talked about it a whole lot. There's a little bit of talk, but when he signed that Digital Currency Act, which is out there now and can be used in so many ways to just grab hold of all the finances. They already had stuff there. This just enhanced that.
Yeah.
And overnight, we could become a what we quote unquote cashless society.
We pretty much are now.
I mean, a lot of people don't use cash anymore, but hard cash could be gone. Like they've already dumped the penny now. And they talk about the expense of making pennies. Well, how much does it cost to make dollars? I mean, they last 7 years.
It's easier to print something than it is to press it.
Well, sure.
But because you have to, I mean, not only do you have to, I used to be in the printing business.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of familiar with the way that works. But yeah, it's easier in mass quantities to print than it is.
Well, when has the government ever been concerned about how much something costs?
Well, I agree. I mean, $20,000 for a toilet seat.
So I'm saying,
why C-130?
That to me is not even an answer. I mean, it is. It's a losing proposition, but it is for everything. They'll say, "Well, we're losing money printing or pressing pennies," but
the sad thing is, it's become the norm instead of being something that's off. It's if it wasn't there, people say, "Well, wait a minute, what?" But that's what they're finding out now, especially in Minnesota. All the fraud that has taken place, this money that has been stolen from us, the citizens of the United States. People ought to be outraged about this, but you've got these. Never mind. I'm not going to get into all that. But
Nick Sorter's been out there, on the ground, and we're talking about over 1,000 transportation companies that they just basically are feeding their own fraud. I mean, they pay them to. They get paid to take people if they really even deliver anybody or pick them up or whatever.
Well, there was one
people requiring saying they don't understand English, so they require somebody to come in and have to translate all that and take them back. They're being paid, and it's just a way to keep the money flowing.
Well, they have one program, and I think this was in California, but they were given like $16 million to provide alcohol shots to homeless alcoholics.
For what reason?
Keep them from going in DTs or
so
whatever.
So they just
you know,
come get you a shot of whiskey every day.
Guess how many people they served? 50. With $16 million, they served 50 or 55 shots.
Wow.
Where'd the rest of the money go?
Of course.
These are things that they're finding all across this country, and it is really, really sad. But Dems, I'm telling you, and Republicans, whoever you are, the money spigot's about to turn off. Trump is not playing around. And
the threats on his life will increase. I mean, these people are,
Well, I mean, that's their money. You want to mess with somebody, mess with
their
money. Money is the root of all evil. I don't care. It is the root of all evil. But money's just a tool. That's all it is. It's a tool. That's the way I look at it. Yeah. Money is a tool.
It is a tool. We're going to be back to bartering before long,
And that's a good system. Bartering is.
I'll give you some lettuce for roofing tiles or whatever. I don't know. But there's always going to be somebody to control that, though. They'll find a way to control that.
Well, doctors' offices used to have to build fences out back from all the chickens and everything. People brought them for payment.
They ate a lot of chicken, that's for sure.
That's it. I love some yard bird, man.
On our pet show on Tuesday, we're going to be talking chickens. There's a group that is putting a lot of information out about, we had the big chicken war here in Catoosa County. Remember that?
I do remember that.
People are still mad about that. Some got voted out of office because the chicken wars that went on. Who could have chickens
and who couldn't,
and some won and some lost. And it is still highly debated here in this county.
Yeah.
But for those that are allowed to, there's things you need to know about that. I mean, I know a guy that's building the pens. They're on wheels. You can move it around.
Right.
And he's making these things all the time. People are getting back to growing their own things,
and
doing their own things.
Do you know why those pens are on wheels? A lot of people don't know this.
I just thought it was to move them to an area to, to basically, the
They're
ground.
Continually moving.
Yeah, they could.
You go. I mean, they have those
for
things.
Fertilizer, right? I mean, right.
Well, it's not just that. It's it's better for the earth. It's better for the chickens. They're not in their own filth all the time.
Yeah.
But they've got those things in massive size. Big, huge chicken barns that move now. They've got the chickens in there, and they move just like an inch an hour, maybe. Just real slowly, and the chickens don't even realize they're moving.
Yeah.
And they're call them range fed.
There are places you can go and you can do like a 3D model of your backyard.
Right.
And they will show you what all you can do with that, whatever that spot is. If allowed within your code, that's why I don't like HOAs and stuff. But you can take, and I get it for some reasons, but it's politics gets into it. But
I've told the HOA kiss my butt a couple of times. And I told the president, I said, you do not want to press this. You don't want to press
What was he complaining about, if you're allowed to say?
I've got a utility trailer, parked beside my house. I built a whole concrete thing beside the house to park that thing on. I mean, it's out of sight. You can't really see it. And somebody was complaining about it and got a ticket.
Ticket?
Yeah. And I'm not going to tell you what I did with it. But, I was nice, but I was stern. I'll put it that way.
Stern. That's a good word.
And guess what? The trailer is still there.
You go.
So,
you rebel.
I know, but the thing is, it's a lot of people are taking it. There's one guy that brought his camper and put it in. No, you can't do that. But one guy keeps his boat, but he keeps it beside his house. I have no problem with that. If you start having cars up on blocks out in your front yard, I'm gonna come to your house and complain about it. That's not the way my neighborhood's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Now it's not a gated neighborhood. I don't want to live in a gated neighborhood. but it is one way in and one way out.
It is that. How many homes are back in there? Just in your section? It looked like quite a few.
I mean, I would say within our community, there are probably 200 houses.
I got in one. I took Kaylee to see a friend of hers, and apparently it's one way in, one way out. I was just looking as the crow flies, and I was trying to find a separate way out. And me, Kaylee, she was laughing. She said, "Are you lost?" I said, "No, I'm just trying to find a secondary way out of this place." I couldn't find it, so we had to go all the way back and come out the way that we came in. I'm like, good grief.
Yeah, we are a neighborhood of cul-de-sacs.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Lots of dead ends.
Watchman said they must have been serving up shots of Pappy Van Winkle's Family Reserve, $3,900 a fill.
Pappy's is some good stuff, man. I've had the pleasure of consuming that in the past, and I don't do that anymore, but yeah, Pappy's is some good stuff.
All right. Eagles Rare, 25-year or mixture.
Eagle Rare. That's the step above Wild Turkey right there.
Yeah. Come get your shot. We'll bring up. This isn't Bad Dog 2020 or something like that.
No.
So we're giving you some high class stuff.
Yep. Small batch. Some small batch whiskey. I like a good aged bourbon too.
But sometimes I've not only saw things but I've heard things that sound really creepy, and I can't figure out what it is. It will mess with your head really bad.
I took, where? Oh wow, it's down Cahutta Wilderness. There's a mountain down there, and I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my head. But we used to go camping. I used to take the boys down there camping. And this was back when the Blair Witch Project was really popular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all of the kids, I think I took, there were 6 of them. And we had set our camp up and got a fire going. I was making us some dinner and everything. And they were all sitting around chit-chatting and all this. And all of a sudden, you hear this. I mean, it was a scream. It sounded like a woman screaming. I mean, it did, and it was loud, and it was close. And the boys freaked out.
Oh, I bet.
I knew exactly what it was when I heard it. It was one of those things that don't exist. It was a panther. I've heard them in Mississippi. I've seen them when they, I knew exactly what that sound was, but I let them think it was a witch.
I'll tell you the story.
But I was armed, and I was looking for the cat. That's what I was looking for.
Super snobby about my alcohol, Dave. Everything bourbon, rye, tequila, wine, beer. I can get it.
Well, I never drink the way that I used to be. I would never drink unless I was alone or with somebody. So
that's what else. This way or that way? No, I had a guy I worked with. He's retired now. He watches the show sometimes. But they, with the Boy Scouts, they got to camp on the battlefield one night.
Oh, I bet that was fun.
And so they decided, it's a bunch of guys, bunch of boys, and they decided to scare them.
Yeah.
So they, they went and did their exploring during the day, and they're gathering stuff for projects, leaves and stuff.
Right.
They did all that stuff, and then they got, they had dinner. Well, they already had this thing set up. They had it stashed, and one of the guys, he slips away. And he puts on this Jason mask, and they had a chainsaw that they had took the blades off of, and then he had on
the
chains that he put around him and everything. And while they were kind of getting all kind of, they weren't asleep, but you're kind of laid down, you're sleeping,
you're relaxing,
you're relaxing, you're talking. This guy comes out of nowhere, hits that chainsaw, and just screams. Those kids got up and started running.
I bet there was a lot of wet tents.
One of them, it took them about 2 or 3 hours to find him. He ran and just kept running.
He was gone.
He was gone for 3 or 4 miles. I mean, where did this? He just kept running, And then they thought maybe this wasn't the best idea. So when they took him home, they had to have a conversation with their parents about the prank they pulled.
They might need therapy.
Most of the dads loved it,
Yeah.
man. They're like, this is
Oh, yeah.
hilarious, like this is great. But it worked. It scared them.
Yeah. Talking about therapy, I bet you there
When
are
cats
a lot.
scream, they can sound like babies crying or women crying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
But speaking of therapy, I bet you there are a lot of therapists that know my name.
I mean, maybe. Are you a test subject, a case study, or something like that?
No, I'm talking about from people going in to see them.
Well, there was this guy named Paul.
Yeah. I bet you there's a lot of them know my name.
Oh, man.
That's pretty bad when you make somebody have to go to therapy.
Yeah, cats in heat. Cats in heat. Crying sounds like a woman being murdered, blood curdling. Is it just?
It is. They don't have to be in heat.
I think, what has that got to do with it?
Right.
I mean, like they're in heat. Okay, I get it, but
I'm gonna tell you what. Speaking of eating, I'm hungry.
well, eat.
I'm gonna eat me a cold McDonald's sausage, egg, cheese McMuffin.
Sometimes, if you live in an apartment complex, there can be people in heat. You hear weird sounds coming from your neighbor.
Yeah.
You can't sleep.
Been there, done that.
Which way?
Well, I'll put it this way: they weren't nice. They were beating on the ceiling and everything. Sorry.
It reminds me of that scene in what was it? Every Which Way You Can. Where they're at the hotel, the monkey's swinging from the
Clyde.
Yeah, Clyde swinging from the. I say monkey, not monkey, but orangutan
Orangutan.
swinging from the chandeliers, all
Right.
throwing things. What's going on?
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Oh my goodness!
We ran into Greg at the hospital.
Yeah, we
the
did.
other day.
Backwoods cryptids.
And I told my wife I'd like for her to come with us when we go on this excursion. But he says he can put us on a Bigfoot.
If we go,
And I want to tell you,
are we going to touch his butt like the other story?
I want to prank. I want to scare him. I want to scare a Bigfoot. See what they do.
Hello, whatever mode from Twitch. We appreciate you stopping by.
Howdy.
Biscuit boy eating a muffin. Say it ain't so. Yeah, it's muffin, man. Yeah, muffin.
Can't help it, and I don't have any teeth. All the teeth gone.
Oh, we got the campfire going on. Got the muffin. Got the
Yeah.
coffee, and we're all good. But I look forward to it. Yeah, tree knocking. Come out wherever you are. New name, Muffin Boy.
Muffin boy.
Hello, James, Into Pockets podcast. How are you, sir?
You got to try something different every once in a while. I like a good muffin. I'm not being nasty. I'm just saying I like a good muffin.
Well, we just don't know sometimes the way
That's true.
that you say things.
That's true.
I'm glad you clarify. I mean, it's
I
always good.
Don't want people to be confused.
It's always good to clarify those things. It's very important that you do that.
That it is.
No, that's
That
not
it is.
what I was looking for.
What you looking for, Mr. Dave?
I was looking for it. I thought I had it on that side. Apparently, I do not have. James, what's your email? Send that to me at mycordelsatlanta@gmail.com. Yeah. Send me your email again on the cordelsatlanta@gmail.com. James, I think that's. For some reason, I don't have it under that one.
Dave, I'll be on camera for just a second.
You're good. You're good. We're on. We got.
Looks like we got a few extra people joining us.
Yeah, we got a few people out there
Good morning.
enjoying their Saturday.
Morning.
Biscuit Boy's all over the place this
I
morning.
am. I'm like a fart in a whirlwind.
You ain't seen nothing till you down on them.
Hey, that's what Steven Tyler said.
Steven Tyler said that. Did you hear me, James? Send your email to CordellsAtlanta@gmail.com. Cordell's, 2 L's, 1 S, Atlanta@gmail.com. If you hear
Tell
me,
you what, after an ugly, ugly night,
it's a beautiful day.
gorgeous
It
out
really is beautiful out there. Yeah, it's and it's been cold. There's been a lot of cold nights, and I'm glad that we're getting a little bit better weather. I mean, I don't like those teens.
It did not
Yeah,
keep
you,
on
James,
freezing.
you, man, you.
We're usually a couple
Yeah, I've heard of Walk This Way. I have. Of course, I was a big Arrow fan. But you know what's funny is I'm not a fan of some of the bigger hits. I mean, I'm not putting them down. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I like their older music.
But I'm a big fan of some of the early bluesier stuff,
Yep, me too.
and then some of the later stuff. You know, like Janie's Got a Gun and all that.
That was a weird video.
Yeah. Oh, that's your Empty Pockets Garage at Hotmail. Okay, hang on. Empty Pockets Garage. Now I got to remember how to spell all that. I think I got it over here too, so I can just pull it up. There it is. Get on the right thing here. We can do this. We know stuff.
You do. I know enough to be dangerous. I mean, seriously.
You know enough to be Toys in the Attic's the best album. I love it.
I agree with you.
I do not, like I said, some of the I'm a big fan of Seasons of Wither. I love that song. And just some of the early stuff, man. I just like it.
Hey, have you tried this, by the way?
I did. I have.
What'd you think?
A couple times.
What'd you think about the taste? We're talking about NAD, folks. It's NAD. It's good for you.
Not VD.
Not VD. NAD.
James, check your email.
But the taste of those things, I thought do you remember those little wax bottles that they used to have with the different flavors in them you could get at the convenience stores and stuff? Used to get them as a kid. They're little wax bottles. They come anyway. The juice tastes like that.
Okay.
That's what I think it tastes like.
I didn't know you're supposed to take it right out of there. I think I mixed mine in water.
No, you just suck it right out of it. That's what I do. Cut the top of it off.
I didn't know. There's no directions on it. I'm like, is this something I put in water? I mean,
No. I mean, I guess you could. I'm not
Well, I
saying
did.
you couldn't. It dilutes it quite a bit, I would say. But
it's still going in your body.
That's true. That is true. It's a little more fluid.
But yeah, that early stuff, and they got really bad, like the drugs and stuff. The music got really bad, and then they came back, and then towards the end they got a little sucky again, I just didn't care for some of that stuff. I mean, could Steven Tyler write another ballad? I mean, it was getting a little sappy.
I agree. They went commercial.
Man, I was getting sick of that. You See Me Crying, Adam's Apple, Big 12-inch, not a bad song on the album.
Have you got any more pods?
Look in the bowl back there. The bowl. I think I left one there.
Well,
I got to get some more in here. I might add some water to the thing.
What if I make a pot of coffee? Would you drink some?
Yeah, I'm not done yet.
Let's just do that.
James, you get my email? I hope I sent that right. Just checking, brother. I think it's right. But Pandora's Box, a lot of great songs early in their career. And Paul's back here beating and clanging. And
yeah, I'm making all kinds of noise.
Desmond Child wrote a lot of the sucky hits for there. And they did. Well, they brought him in to do that. That's what they absolutely brought him in for. That's what made Steven so mad. But some of that stuff he got forced into. That Desmond Child wrote a lot of the sucky hits for there. And there's the legend. There he is from the bunker.
What's up?
How are you doing, sir?
Do we have a survival?
Not bad.
got,
Yeah.
got a different look going on. He looks like he's had to go underground due to the Haitian invasion up there. They've got the hit squad looking for him. The Haitian death squads are looking for James.
Well, you know, you ain't far from the truth on part of that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got to keep a low profile in certain areas of town. So
Can't hear him.
You got to
Can't
put your
hear-
headphones on.
Oh,
No, you're good. You're good. Don't.
yeah,
Biscuit Boy ain't got no headphones on, so I don't have it on speaker. So
yeah. I was on Kim's Coffee Talk here for a little bit.
oh, she on today?
She's doing a premium content right now.
Okay, I didn't know she was doing Saturday stuff. So.
She doesn't. This is just I got up and I was checking to see who's online. You wasn't on yet, and she was on, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." Kim's on a Saturday. That's rare.
Yeah, James in the catacombs of Springfield, Ohio.
The catacombs.
Damn right. Damn Skippy.
Yeah, man. So how's the politics in your city right now?
I'm actually going to a campaign deal at noon at one of our local restaurants. A couple of us that are in the Republican Party, like I got to get my name on the ballot for the primary in May. So I was appointed precinct captain of District 12 here, but to continue with it, I got to get primaried in for this following year. So we're having an event out at this restaurant, and people are going to come out and sign our petitions. Me and another gentleman I'm tagging on to his deal because he was originally the one that did it, and I said, hey, that's right at the edge of my district, so obviously people come in to sign your petition to be a county commissioner on the primary for May. Maybe I can get them to sign my petition because they'll live in District 12. And he's like, oh yeah, come on out, more the merrier. So I'll be hanging out with him for a couple hours today.
Cool.
And we'll be live streaming at 3. I've met a gentleman recently. We've become friends very fast. He's all about Veterans Affairs. He's a Vietnam vet, and he was in the last battle in Vietnam.
Oh
wow!
And the first podcast we had was pretty heart wrenching. He had a hard time getting through the story. He was talking about when they were all in helicopters, and he just got done. It was the battalion he was with. There was 2 helicopters filled full of soldiers, and they were just all talking to each other just before they took off. And the second helicopter was flying right next to him and got hit by an RPG.
Oh man!
And the interior of the helicopter went up in flames. And he said he watched all these his friends burn up in this helicopter while it's crashing, and they got hit and they crashed too. And it's a tough story for him to tell, and it's hard to hear too because the survivors, they only had this little boat from one of the main ships. They couldn't come in with one of the larger ships because they were worried about taking on, artillery.
Right.
So they had this boat that would hold 5 people. There were 11 of them that survived. So instead of his commander picking the 5, because he said, well, I'm not going to pick the 5 that's going to go first. I'm going to let Larry do it. He says,
so he had to triage.
Yeah,
he had to triage who was going to go.
Yeah, he had to pick the 5 that were going to go, and that
Wow.
means the other 6 was going to have to stay. So he told us he did a little thing to the rest of them. He's like, look, you can't ask me to do this. I'm asking for you guys to volunteer to stay, and then if we have enough to volunteer to stay, then who doesn't volunteer would be the first 5 to go. He said, don't put this on me, please.
Right.
And he said every one of them raised their hand.
That's what I figured.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to watch. I missed that one. I'll go back and watch that, but I'll tune in today.
It's Saturdays at 3. This will be our 3rd Saturday, I believe.
Okay.
Today at 3:00.
And what's the name? What's the name?
Well, it's Empty Pockets Podcast, and it'll say something about
Monday.
veterans. It's just look for the Saturday date, at 3
Right.
p.m. and it'll say something about Veterans Affairs in the title. Everybody says I need to start putting episode numbers on all my titles because I talk so much stuff about stuff, because I'm live a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Like we've been going dark and deep with the local politics here and the corruption. And of course, and then I always go hard on the Islamic Muslim thing. And we're starting to get a little heat over that. I had another one of my videos removed from YouTube because of it. So, and I told you before, Dave, I'm banned in 5 countries, man. I feel proud about that.
Yeah.
You go, boy.
Yeah.
What's the 5?
United Kingdom, New Zealand, Australia, a place over in Russia. I can't remember the name of the area. And then it was
It's probably Georgia.
I believe Germany.
Wow.
Anywhere there's a huge Muslim population,
Yeah.
I've been banned because they
Paris,
don't want to hear
France,
that
probably.
negative Muslim rhetoric. They're afraid that the Muslim population, because they're pretty much taking over these areas, would be in an uproar about it. And of course,
So?
I don't give 2 shits. We have a Muslim problem here, guys, and it's real.
Yeah.
It's real, and it's
worldwide.
getting worse. It's getting worse. I mean, when you have 3 Sharia courts in the state of Texas, of all places,
There should not be a Sharia court in this country.
There shouldn't be, because it goes completely against. It's supposed to be the law of the land. You're not supposed to have your own laws.
Yeah.
So if you live in a country that has the laws, you're supposed to abide by these laws.
That's why we're the United States.
And I'm sure this ain't the topic you guys want to talk about this morning, but that's
Hey,
what my
good,
show's
man.
been about. You know it is. My show
You're good,
goes.
man.
My show goes dark. I dig
Right.
deep, and I have really harsh opinions on certain things, and we get into some serious talk. And of course, we have our fun shows, which we'll not get into this morning. You can watch
Come on,
those.
tell us a joke.
He's got all kind of music stories. I want to know how the cat patrols are going. I mean, you got a cat problem up there in your city.
We don't have a cat problem. We don't have strays. You seriously will not find hardly any strays in this town, and that ain't.
You have a Haitian population there.
Oh, we have a massive Haitian population. Probably.
That's why you don't have stray cats.
Exactly, and I can show you a video where they fry them, where they grilled one.
Oh,
I don't doubt it at all.
Yeah.
oh, how sad.
And
Poor
we have
kitty.
they even have a voodoo store here for the Haitians.
A voodoo store.
Yep,
yeah,
they got a
that's-
voodoo store here.
Santeria.
That's why they kill the cats and eat them. Is it's all about voodoo. They call it
Santeria.
Santeria. That's right. That's what they
Santeria,
call
yeah.
it. It's voodoo, but that's what they call it because they're all Catholics. This is the funny thing about it is they all consider themselves Catholic and Christians, but 70% of the population still thinks that voodoo is the primary religion for them.
Did you know you have to be a Catholic priest before you can become a satanic priest?
Well, it doesn't surprise me because
Yep.
most Catholic priests like little boys and.
Yeah,
that's. I'm sorry. How is do you still get the interview with the mayor?
He has not. I went to a round table with the city manager the other day. They invited anybody to come in and talk about stuff. We didn't even get into the Haitian issue. It was about other things going on in the city. But I literally, because he did not accept my invitation at the city commission meeting that night when the mayor accepted to do it, but he hasn't emailed me yet. And I said that to the city manager, remind the mayor he needs to email me. So he was talking to me about it, and I said, why didn't you agree to it? Are you not willing to come on my podcast? And he's like, nope, that's got nothing to do with it. He says the mayor runs that meeting, and he says, and
Really?
I didn't hear him say to me, you guys, if you want to agree to being on this podcast, go ahead. But he said I didn't hear him say that. He said, but it's his meeting, not mine. He said, so it's not up to me to speak out of turn and say, yeah, I'll come on your podcast. I said, well, that's fine, but so are you willing to do it? He's like, well, it depends on the schedule. I said, anytime, any day of your choosing. He said, even early in the morning, like at 8, 9 o'clock. And I said, because I have a busy day. I said, yeah, I don't care. I
Yeah.
said, it'll be, I can replay it at any other time during the day or night that I want to,
Right.
the recorded version. So he said, all right, well, he said, I'll get your email. And I said, I'll do you one better than that. Let me give you my personal phone number and you text me. And we'll communicate that way. So I said, don't take this the wrong way. It's so you don't have any excuses of why you didn't say you never got back with me to come on the podcast.
Right.
You have no excuse. You'll have my personal phone number. And if you have a problem with anything I say on any of my podcast shows, any of my live streams, look at all of them. I said, I don't talk kindly about you in a lot of cases. I said, so, if you want to have those discussions, if you want to come on my podcast and you want to disagree with what I've had to say about you in the past, bring it on. Because I stand by anything I say. And I said, this ain't a got you conversation or interview. I said, I just want to have a conversation with you. Maybe you can explain certain things that might be misinformation. You have the opportunity to set the record straight. I said, because I tell you right now, more people see my podcast in this town than they watch all your all's little podcasts.
True.
Good for you, brother. Good for you.
Truth. Well, I hope it happens.
Keep up
That would be cool.
Yeah, the mayor. I hope the mayor agrees. The mayor, is a white apologist. I've got like 3 different videos where he's apologized for being white and said he hates his internal white supremacy that he feels is inherent in all white people, and that we all feel superior to all other races. It's just a subconscious thing that we can't help.
Yeah.
And he's just apologized for being white, and he seeks guidance from Jesus to help him have more empathy for minorities.
Mm.
I was like, oh Lord. So,
well, how did you meet the military guy? How'd you meet him? Interviewing
the colonel.
Yeah.
Carl.
Oh, okay, cool.
Carl interviewed him on his show, and also Violet Vixen interviewed him too. So I watched their interviews, and he's the United States militia. He's connecting all the militias all over the country into one big group. Like we're starting a militia here in Clark County, in Springfield here, and then we're going to attach our group of people here to the United States militia, which is what he is over. He's a lieutenant colonel in the United States civilian militia.
Yeah.
And so when we get this meeting started, where everybody has to come and sign the paperwork, because once you get in it, it's an official, not necessarily you get out of it. You can get out of it. It's not like you're signing up to the army or something, but you have to abide by certain, conduct and so these things, and plus we have to figure out who's going to have what rank, who's going to be in the chain of command, and everybody's going to have to anyway. So he's going to help us because this is new to us here. And this has all been my idea to do this. So he's offered he's in North Carolina. So he's offered when I get the meeting set up to where I have all the prospective people who wants to be recruited into this, come to this meeting. He's going to travel up here and explain everything to them in the meeting and tell them what all the, he sent me a welcome packet that has all their stuff that they do all over the nation, natural disasters, helping find missing people, work with the county sheriff. You do not work with the city police department. We work side by side with the sheriff's department. So, and then we would actually be attached to them. If they need something, they can call us up and we can go and help them.
Yeah, there's several groups like that set up around the country working with law enforcement.
That's the way to do it. To be recognized as a lawful militia, not some kind of renegade anti-government type thing.
Right.
There's a guy named Pete. I can't remember Pete's last name. He's ex-military, but he does the same thing down in Texas and areas like that. He kind of travels all over, but I think he stays in Texas a lot.
Well, they're actually well on their way. It's not just like started just recently, but
yeah.
So all these militia groups that are doing it for the right reasons, they're all getting to be part of this network to where they're all going to be attached to the United States Civilian Militia. So we'll be able to have like a national supply line, national communications. That way, we're going to file we're filing for 2 nonprofit deals, one political and one religious. So we'll use the religious one for natural disasters like stocking, donated food, water, that kind of thing, generators, so we can go when we need to wherever, if they need us, like down, like how North Carolina flooded out from that one hurricane that went through Florida. If they needed something, if we were already established, we could have went down there and helped them, or at least sent supplies to them. And then like the lieutenant colonel was actually on the ground doing that very thing down there when the North Carolina got flooded out. So.
Yeah, those are good things. I mean, citizens have got to help citizens. I mean, and your local law enforcement, is going to be very in tune into what's going on, what needs are out there. So that's good. Yeah. I see this really becoming a bigger thing. I think, the president would certainly back that, I believe,
Oh, absolutely.
I don't see a problem there.
Yeah, and it's not just like a community outreach program. We will be in uniform and we will be armed.
Yeah.
So it is not just a, powder puff type deal to where we're just doing, we'll be there for the protests too. Like when they start bringing these protesters in here, when ICE comes, when the temporary protected status ends, we're actually going to go out there and form a line between the protesters and the ICE individuals. So if they want to get close to an ICE agent, they're going to have to go through us.
Yeah.
Where do you sign up at?
Well, you can email me. I mean, you guys are in another state, but if you want to know about that, if you want me to get the lieutenant colonel, if you want to get in contact with him, Dave, if you want to interview him,
I'd love to.
Maybe your local militia there might want to see about attaching themselves to the larger group. So it's just a network of militias all over the country.
Just send me his contact or whatever in the email, and I'll reach out. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem.
A really good friend of mine is a neighbor, the brigadier general in the United States Army, and I'll talk to him about that. See what the militia is around here. See what I can find out through him. I'm sure he's got a lot of knowledge. I know that.
Yeah, there's militia has gotten a bad name over the last few decades. Because you're when you think of militia, you think in a anti-government people who like bought a piece of property and they all live on the compound and they hoard a shit ton of weapons and ammo, and there
are some like that, but that's not the norm.
That's not what this is, right?
No.
Well, it took a minute for me to convince my local Springfielders that militia is not what they think it is, and after the interview with the lieutenant colonel, I started getting people, hey, I want to know more about this. Hey, this ain't you're right. It was what you said it was. It's working with the law enforcement, not working against them. And I said, yeah. And it's also, we're here to hold our politicians accountable in force. That means,
that's what the citizens of this country are supposed to do.
It's like when we have a problem with our local government, which we do, like when we have these city commission meetings, if let's say there's 30 or 40 people in this group that I'm putting together, then we all show up at these meetings and voice our opinions at the podium. So, they may ignore 1 or 2 people, but they are not going to ignore dozens of people.
That's
because
right.
This is recorded. They play that back on YouTube, these commission meetings.
Well, a lot of your militias were home guard anyway. I mean, it has, like you said, an old history with the states. Sometimes militia, they were a defensive state. A lot of times, even during times of war, the militia was guarding around, certain institutions, buildings, political leaders, whatever. So even here in Georgia, we have an old history with militia, and it's not that what people made it is. It was considered a home guard.
Yeah, back in the day, they called it something different, like the Air National Civilian or Guard or something like that. And back in World War II, they would have spotters along the coast around the country because of Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
So they were afraid of being attacked, like in California, along the shores of California. So they would use the civilian militia to man these viewing places to keep an eye on the ocean and the air and be able to alert everybody if something was like that to happen. So they used civilian people instead of the regular military to do that.
Some of those actually had howitzers.
Yeah, right. Some of them did man guns, but it was not the norm. But there wasn't too many of them. But yeah,
and
so
hot spots.
So and we'll be doing training now. Me, obviously, I'm disabled, so I have a different capacity in this whole thing.
Yeah.
But I can still do this.
As long as the finger works.
That's right.
Will you use your own weapons, or do they issue weapons?
You use your own weapons, and you try. Here's the deal: you got to be uniformed in the weapon that you choose to take with you when you're in the capacity of the militia. Like, obviously, to me, the most ultimate gun to carry is an AR-15, and then that way, if everybody else carries an AR-15, and like I run 223s through my gun, but you can run those 5.6s. And but that way, like I have multiple clips, 30-round clips. I'm gonna get one of those barrel clips, but that way,
I'm more of a shotgun person.
You mean like this?
Yeah. Is that a Remington?
Yeah.
Is that the 870?
This is a police issue riot gun.
Okay.
See how short the barrel is?
Yes.
Then I got one of those on it.
Yeah, I've got an 870 pump.
And then it holds more than 5 in the chamber. There's the clip down here that you put it in, spring loader. It holds 7. And then I have the extras on the side. And then I'm not going to tell you how many rounds after this I have.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's just, here's what I tell people all the time. You don't need to own 100 guns. You need to own maybe a half dozen guns for different purposes. And the secret is having the ammunition you need, because a gun is useless without the ammunition.
That's right.
So you could have 30 different guns, and if you don't have the ammo to shoot out of it, the gun is just a metal object. So
the paperweight.
So stick to a few guns if you're not a gun collector like some people are. Like me, I have like 5 guns. They all have specific purposes, and none of them's for hunting, by the way. Because the Second Amendment is not about having a weapon so you can go hunting, just to be clear on that.
Yeah.
Nope. It's about self-protection.
I have a video of a gentleman that explains the original intent and language of the Second Amendment. And the Second Amendment runs right parallel with the right to have a civilian, or not the right, but it is the requirement as a U.S. citizen back in the day that you be part of a civilian militia. It is part of being an American.
Yeah.
And the Second Amendment has that language in there about civilian militias. They call it unorganized military is what they call it.
Yeah.
Because we're not Army, National Guard, or Marines or anything like that. We're civilians. We're weekend warriors, basically.
I think we ought to go to the system like Israel has. Everybody goes into the Army for at least 2 years.
I tried, but in case you haven't noticed, I'm a big guy, and I've always been the big guy. Back in the 70s, because, I say I was born too early or born way too late. Because back in the 70s, I was the only fat kid in class. In elementary school and junior. I didn't see another fat kid till I was like in my second year of junior high school. And she was a big woman, big black woman, girl. And they called her Kool-Aid because of the commercials where the big old picture of Kool-Aid.
Hey, Kool-Aid.
Because she had to walk sideways through a door. She was so big. And they literally had the chairs and a table as a desk for her. She couldn't sit in a regular desk.
Yeah.
So, but before that, I was the big kid. Now, I'd blend right in. Like 40% of the kids in school today are overweight.
Yeah.
So we'd be making fun of the skinny kids. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you skinny little fucking bastard. You know what I mean? Put on some weight. Be a man.
I would go to school. There used to be some kids with the same last name. I don't think we were even related that I could find out. They were really big kids, and I was real skinny, believe it or not. I was real skinny. They would give me a hard time. Hey, we're fixed to pick up your cousins. We don't even know each other, But they were good kids. They wouldn't, it was just kids being kids, man. They say whatever.
Brewski, I'm leaning towards more Casey than Vivek, and I like Vivek, but there's some things that Vivek's been saying recently. Plus, and I just said this earlier on Kim's, you can't help who endorses you, because like the KKK and all them endorsed Trump, and Trump didn't ask for them endorsements. They just felt like they more aligned with the far right of the Republican Party. But anyways, So the Somalian community and the Haitian community here in Ohio has endorsed Vivek for governor.
Really?
Yeah. And I have to ask why. And I'll go back to Vivek, visited last year when we had everybody in the country here trying to interview everybody. And, we were on the national news every day for like 2 weeks, bomb threats, everything you can imagine. And so Vivek came, and he had a closed door meeting with the Haitian community outreach people, who is the spokespeople for all the Haitians here, closed door. And then he had an open forum city hall type meeting for the local citizens. So why was that a closed door and ours wasn't?
A lot of questions around stuff like that.
So, and then why would the Haitians endorse somebody if they had fear of him, going along with what the president wants to do, which is deport them all?
Yeah.
So apparently he's figuring they got a way to stay here, and he'd help them stay here. That's how I take it. And that made me lose a little confidence in him right there.
Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
If someone is here illegally, all right, people say undocumented. Well, if you're undocumented, you're here.
You're illegal. Yeah.
So it's just
you
trying to
can't
candy
call
coat
it.
them.
You can't call another human being illegal. All human beings are legally on this earth. Yeah.
But not in this country. And you go to any other country, and it's going to be that way. So, if they're here legally and they are illegally, but they've been here for, I don't know, say 10 years. They pay their taxes. They work.
How they pay their taxes? How they pay their taxes?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
They had to do something illegal to get a social security number.
Okay, there you go. Do you think, even though that they were involved in something like that, all right, do you think they should have a chance to come back in?
No.
Once they're deported, do you think they should have a chance to come back in?
Nope, absolutely not.
Okay.
Once they started allowing this self-deportation deal, there's people that had been here for 10 years that decided to take the deal because they were going to be put in the front of the line to come back legally the right way.
Right.
So instead of being deported by force, and you lose the ability to ever come back into the country and be a civilian,
right,
a U.S. citizen. So if you choose to be here, I don't care if you've been here 20 years, and your kids have kids here. Your kids are going to stay here. They're adults now. Well, guess what? That person needs to go because they've been living a lie the entire time they've lived here. I know, and if they really wanted to be part of the American experience, they could have got an immigration lawyer. They had years to do it and figured out a way to get like an H-1B1 visa or something to stay in the country, claim that they could have claimed they were in here just to do harvest or whatever. And then you can go back home, but you can file for certain things and still stay in the country while you're waiting to have your hearing be, brought in front of a judge.
Right.
They chose not to. So they lived this lie for 10, 15, 20 years. Get the fuck out of my country. We have enough liars. They're called politicians.
Yeah, lawyers.
How many NGOs did you say were in your city?
There's a total of 1,044, and if you weed out the schools and stuff, because they're considered nonprofits, non-government, because they don't have to pay taxes when they buy something or whatever. So basically, right around 1,000, between 900 and something to 1,000, are basically NGOs that are based for most of them are here just because of the immigration issue with the Haitians.
Wow.
What is your Haitian population there?
Well, see, the numbers you hear from the mainstream media is a lie.
Oh, I'm
They
sure.
say 12 to 15,000 came here under temporary protected status. Bullshit. No, we're probably between 25 and 30,000 here right now. And see, they don't come here just to work. A lot of them don't work. I'd say one out of every 10 Haitians actually have a job here.
What about the Somali nation?
That's
Population there.
in Columbus. Somalians have an entire community all of their own. They have blocks and blocks and blocks of these apartment buildings, and they're all Somalian. They have their own economy over there. They have their own stores, their own, and of course, a lot of this is coming up to be fraud, just like Minneapolis and Columbus. It's the same game. It's organized crime. You got in Maine, you got in Pennsylvania. I forget, there's one in Indiana, a group of them in Indiana, but like Ohio is the second largest population of Somalians in the country. Minnesota being number one, Ohio's number two.
Wow.
But they're saying the dollar amount of fraud is going to be higher here in Ohio when they get done tallying up all the bullshit.
Really?
Yep.
That's crazy.
By the way, I do want to retract something that I said earlier about being a Catholic priest before you have to be a satanic priest. All right. Yeah, that's as far as the Satanic Church goes, I'm not sure about that. But there are other organizations where you do have to be a Catholic priest before you can become.
Well, I'll give you a little scoop this morning. I
just wanted to correct myself on that.
I'm working on a story right now. So there's a gentleman that wrote a book about satanic. It's called what is it called? Oh, I forget. Something about living with the devil or something like that was the name of this book. It's about satanic rituals and stuff like that. What's real, what's myth, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this individual is from Springfield. He's here in Springfield, and he was a counselor for the Springfield City Schools. And he was in the HR department for our city government, our local city government. And then he started a foundation called Wellspring Foundation, to where him and another teacher from the school system, which his teacher had allegations of impropriety, impropriety with students. And so these two guys are friends. Well, they basically started this foundation to help emotionally challenged and mentally challenged students, to help them with outside counseling and leadership or whatever,
they were prey.
Yeah, they were indoctrinating children. And what made it the fishiest thing is parents were not allowed to be involved in any of the workings that they did with the children at this foundation.
Wow.
Now this foundation is attached to two other foundations, which has been funded money from our city to help the homeless. And now the homeless, they keep shutting down the homeless shelter because they are overwhelmed with the situation, because we have so many homeless in this town now we have a large homeless population and none of them are Haitian, not one.
Right.
So,
there's a lot of things that people are being lied to about. There's a lot of things that are being kept from the public. And, there's a lot of people out there that think, I'm crazy when I talk about stuff. But as far as I'm concerned, they can stick their own head in their butt. I don't care. If you don't like what I say, don't listen.
Well, when I get told something and I dig into it, and I find a lot of stuff I find not to be true or not to be as bad as people claim it to be.
Right.
Because people, they get things stuck in their head and they act like, this is awful. They're doing this, they're doing that. And then come to find out, a lot of that stuff was taken out of context. And, I look at it with an open mind. But once I realized
I'm the first one to tell you I'm wrong.
Me too.
I'll admit I'm wrong every time.
But the thing is once I start looking into it and then I find it to be true, shame on them, because I'm gonna out them.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
What-
Everybody else is gonna know their business.
What's done in the darkness will be revealed in the light.
Amen. So how's your health doing, brother? I know you've been looking good, man. Like you had a rough go there at 25.
Well, unfortunately, I'll probably going back in the hospital Monday.
Oh, hate to
What's
hear
going
that.
on, man?
They got to drain more fluid off me.
Oh,
You know,
sorry to
I'm-
hear that.
And I'm on a no sodium diet, period. It's and I'm on so many of those pills, like water
my
pills.
Lord.
I pee probably 15 times a day now. And
Hey, while you're doing your research and stuff, look into sodium. That's another lie that has been perpetrated upon the world. You know that salt is bad for you. No, it's not. Let me ask you a question. Say you have a heart attack, an ambulance comes, the EMTs get you all ready, they get you on the ambulance. What's one of the first things they do to you? What do?
They bag you. They put the bag
Exactly.
on.
They put saline in your body, salt water, pretty much, because you don't have enough salt in your diet already. They're killing us, man. They're killing us.
they drained 60 pounds of fluid off me last time I was in the hospital.
Bless your
Wow.
heart, man.
Yeah. So I had congestive heart failure.
I've heard that before.
First time I went to the hospital, I was completely unconscious, and they had to bring me back. And then while I was in the hospital the second time, I crashed. My blood pressure and everything crashed, and my heart rate dropped to where they had to revive me. So I spent 4 days in ICU, a second time in the hospital. So, but yeah, they drained 60 pounds of fluid off my body, and I ain't been able to walk right since. I have a hard time walking ever since that last time in the hospital.
Brother, I think the Lord's keeping you around for a reason.
Yeah. We're praying for you, man. That's tough.
Definitely praying for you, brother.
Well, I mean, I followed the diet they tell me to, which makes me mad because, like, my girlfriend, she'll check my leg. My one leg looks like Elephant Man right now. And I don't eat salt. I don't eat sodium. I don't eat anything with salt in it hardly. I mean, I read the ingredients. They say stay under 1,800 milligrams of salt a day. That's what they told me to do. You know, I'm right around.
You need over 20,000 a day.
Well, I'm at 1,000 a day, and my leg still swells up. And see, I don't know if you remember, Dave. Last time I had this problem, my whole body swelled up to where I couldn't even get out of bed. That
I knew you were having some problems, you know.
So what do they say is making you retain the fluid?
I don't know what. I mean, there's a lot of people in America that have that same problem.
Yeah, I've had it before.
Well, they told me it was
circulation issue with me is what it was.
Right. I got a pinched, I have a pinched artery in my groin. I have diminished circulation through the whole lower extremities of my body.
Right.
So it's very painful to walk, period, because everything, you feel like you're on pins and needles when you walk. And if somebody touches your skin, you get that real sharp stinging pain when somebody touches you. So,
Bless your heart.
But, I mean, between that and my degenerative arthritis and, I was supposed to get a pacemaker, but my insurance won't pay for it. So they just took my blood pressure medicine away. So they told me they'd much rather see me with a higher blood pressure than to have because I've been passing. Remember when I was having those issues where I was passing out, Dave, for no reason?
Oh, yeah.
So taking my blood pressure rate. So now my blood pressure is up around, it stays around 165, 170 to around, like 198 or 98. So it's like 165 over 98 or something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but have you ever heard of a fellow named Dr. Brian Ardis?
Mm-mm.
Write that name down and look him up. I think you would benefit greatly from listening to him.
Yeah, ARTIS, I think it is. ARTIS, Brian Ardis.
Yeah.
He does a Rumble channel. He's on Rumble.
He's a very intelligent man, and he is exposing the lies that have been told to this world.
Well, with my degenerative arthritis, I have nothing left in my knee joint on the left leg. I'm 3/4 gone on the right knee, and I'm 50% gone on my right ankle and my left hip and my left shoulder.
I had to have my
Wow.
left knee replaced
They won't replace my knees because they say
because of your other health issues.
right. Yeah, I have. It has to be a life-threatening situation for them to do an operation on me.
My
Wow.
arthritis is gone because I wear nicotine patches.
I ain't never smoked in my life.
I'm not talking about smoking. Nicotine has been demonized in this country. Pure nicotine is non-addictive. You get nicotine in your diet. If you eat any nightshade vegetable, tomatoes, eggplant, things like that, you're getting nicotine in your diet. Okay?
I eat a lot of veggies.
But you're getting nicotine in your diet. If you use a 7 milligram nicotine patch a day, just put one on right between your shoulder blades every day. You'll be surprised at the health benefits you will have. And I smoke cigars, but I still wear a nicotine patch. Pardon me?
Can you get that over the counter?
Right now you can, but they're trying to outlaw it.
I mean, I'll give it a shot. A friend of mine, I was getting ready to start doing ivermectin.
Ivermectin is a good thing, but you have to get it the right way.
But get it in the paste tubes.
You can do that. I personally, I have mine made for me. I get it in a capsule. I go through a pharmacy. I actually have a doctor that prescribed it for me. I'm going to have her on this show. She's a wellness doctor. I fired my doctors and started going to her, and I'm in the best shape I've been in 40 years.
I wonder if I can get Dr. Jacob to. I'll ask him about that.
Yeah, ask him about it.
Yeah.
I'm 61 and I feel like I'm 25.
Well, I'm 60 and I feel like I'm 80.
I understand, brother.
You know, my biggest problem is, I'm a car guy, and because of like all my joint issues and now this, having a hard time walking.
Yeah.
I do, customizing, fabrication, sheet metal, auto body and paint. I set all my own engines and trannies, and I do all my own rear ends and everything that really attaches to a car.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't worked on my hot rod. That's basically the main part of my car channel is my project, my 56 Chevy sedan delivery since February of last year.
It's a long time.
Because I haven't been able to get out there and do it.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid to go out there and work by myself and something happens to me because it's a garage that's at another house of mine that nobody lives in. Right. But all my stuff is in this garage, and that's where I do my YouTube channel with my car stuff. So if I was to go down, I'd be there.
You need to make sure you got somebody with
you.
Yeah. See, that's
yeah.
But so I'm really wanting to get back out there and start working on it.
Well, brother, we're going to be praying for you that the Lord takes this fluid out of your body and that you just experience a miraculous turnaround in your health.
Amen. When you went out on live on the air, was there somebody there with you? I wasn't on that night. Was somebody with you?
I was on Carl's podcast, and that's the night they had to revive me because, I was just sitting there listening to Carl talking. You don't know when you're going to do it. I'm just sitting there and listening to him. And apparently I flopped down on the table in front of the camera, live on the air. And Carl knows my home address and everything. And see, nobody, when I'm live streaming, even though my girlfriend was home, she shuts the door on the other side of the house. So they're over there in my other living room and the kitchen, and everything's on the other side of the house. So they don't interrupt me and try to come in and talk to me or seeing what I'm doing when I'm live streaming.
Right.
So anyways, Carl's wife was watching the live stream downstairs at their house, and she come up and told Carl, "Hey, you might want to call the authorities and get some kind of a wellness check going on." He didn't nod off. He passed out.
Yeah.
And so Carl called the authorities here, and my girlfriend said she freaked out because all she heard was like three grown men. First, heard a big knock on the door, and then the door opened it up, and she heard 3 grown men running through the house on the other side, hollering my name. And when she opened the doors, there was these firefighters standing there,
Wow.
saying, where's James at? Well, he's in the bedroom. He's live streaming. They said, well, we got to check on him. So they literally in my chair, because I have a small house, they couldn't get the gurney in here. So I was still passed out in the chair, and they rolled me through the house and took me out the front door in my chair out to the front yard, and then loaded me onto the gurney. And then I didn't come to all the way till I actually was in the hospital.
Wow.
So
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Thank God he had your, knew where you were,
Yeah, because they didn't even think I was breathing at first when they first got here, because
Wow.
my levels had dropped so far down. And they thought it was like some drug overdose, so they hit me with that Narcan.
Yeah.
And they said it didn't do anything, so they thought, there's something else going on here, right? So they were doing it, and they were talking. I guess they were talking to somebody at dispatch when they were working on me in the ambulance, and they said, hit him with another dose of Narcan, because that's
They
adrenaline.
should have hit you with adrenaline.
Well, that's what. Yeah. So they said, hit him with another thing of Narcan, and they said when they hit me with the second thing of Narcan, I started mumbling, I guess.
Yeah.
And so they knew I was like, breathing and everything's working.
Right.
And so, and I didn't know it. I was in the hospital in the emergency room, and they were transporting me off the gurney onto the hospital bed in the emergency room. And that's when I realized something was going on, and I freaked out, and I was starting to fight. I'm thinking somebody's doing something to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm trying to, hey, what the hell's going on? And I'm starting, going up, and they, oh, no, you're in the hospital. Stop. So, and then my girlfriend's like, stop it, James. They're trying to help you. Help me for what? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
You went out live on the air.
yeah.
That's got to be a weird feeling, man. Go out, broadcast, and wake up in ER.
Yeah.
All these people messing with you. That's got to be just really messes with your brain, man. We're praying for you, man. Love you, man. Keep up the good fight. You're a great patriot and a good guy, and we love you, man. We mean that. And thanks for coming on this morning.
Yeah,
I know
definitely.
you got to go to your thing at 12, and you'll be.
Yeah,
back
I got
up
it.
there. I'm going to try to tune in. We're going to have to get off of here, but man, thanks for. I just want to say, hey, man, thanks for the info, though. I like that, and
good conversation.
Send me the info on the gentleman. I'd love to just talk to him.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. You're always welcome here at the podcast, man. I appreciate you having me up when you've had me up. I appreciate it. If I had better Wi-Fi where I'm at today, I'd be glad to join you. But I'll try to watch, man. I will do that.
Yeah, I'm a better talker than I am a typer. So, although I do my fair share of comments in the chat room when I'm doing it, but
you do a good job of that. But I just wanted to see you and say hey, and we hadn't talked in a little bit, so.
I actually, I was talking in the chat room to Rob and the young lady that's on who's he doing his show with?
Oh, Jeneth.
Yeah, I think that's who it was. Last night, I think it was.
Yeah.
I'd never seen them on, in the nighttime, and I seen them on. And of course, it's Southern Fried Podcast also, and I'm like, hell. And when I clicked on it, it was Rob and that girl.
Yeah.
And then I started messing with Rob, as I always do.
Yeah. Good for you, man. Yeah, we're Patriot Southern. We're just really going to shorten down to Southern Patriots, I think. We're changing our logos and stuff. So we do Cornbread Nation, Wolf Nation, and all that. But Southern Patriots is probably where it's going to end up. So kind of get away from that. Confuses people. We're not. So we still have it on the logo, but we're slowly changing some of that. So
my title confuses people, Dave.
Empty pockets.
Yeah, I have to explain it all the time where that phrase come from, and and it's all because of the car channel. Back in the day when I had no money as a teenager and I was trying to build up a hot rod, you don't have no money, so all you can do is trade your services or work off, like maybe they got a part you want or some parts that you can get as you're doing something for them physically, and then you can maybe do something to the part and then resell it. So you don't necessarily have to have a full-time job. It paid really well to have a hot rod. So when I went on disability, I went to be from having good money to no money. So I said, well, I'm going to have to revert back to my old ways. If I'm going to build a hot rod, I'm going to have to start doing it with empty pockets. And my girlfriend's like, well, that's a good title for your YouTube channel. I said, what, empty pockets? She said, yeah, because that's what I told her. I said, I'm going to have to start doing this with empty pockets. And so she said, yeah, that's a good title. And then, of course, it doesn't make sense when you say Empty Pockets Podcast on Rumble. But that's how people know me, is an Empty Pockets thing.
It's cool. I know who it is, so it doesn't bother me. But appreciate the friendship, man. Rumble, if you don't have a Rumble app, get that. It's free. Later go premium. Help Rumble out. They don't get big time advertisers, and they treat all of us patriots with a lot of respect. You know, you can be whatever you want to be. Freedom of speech. They stand on it.
Do you meet all your partnership requirements this month?
I think I've got a couple of raids to do. Other than that, I've got everything for the month. So
I got them all.
Yeah, good for you. I would have already had them. I forget sometimes to do the raids. So, you know.
That's a tough one to do.
I
tell you how, look, I usually just follow the people that I like, you know, like personally, and a couple others like Tim. I like watching Tim pulling them too. But so I was like, nobody's ever on when I'm on to rate them, because I do it at all weird times of the day and night, right?
Yeah.
So I went in, you got these categories. It's politics, entertainment, blah, blah, blah. So I'm political. So I clicked on politics and had all these things. So I went down, and everything that seemed like it was a conservative political channel, you know, like the War Room with Steve Bannon and all that.
Yeah.
So I clicked on and started following all of them. So now I go on there, and when I'm ready to leave and I'm ready to raid somebody, there's at least 15 people live streaming at the same time as me. So I just go over and just pick one and like, bam, bam.
There you go.
And I actually did. I raided the War Room yesterday, Steve Bannon's War Room.
I think I went there the other day. I got Tim Pool one night. I think that was yesterday or something like that. So I may have one left. I may just have one left, but we'll get it. Maybe today.
Absolutely.
Hey, have a good day, everybody. We'll get out of here. We'll go out with everybody because we really do got to go. Everybody have a great day. Enjoy this beautiful day. God bless America. Pray for America. Pray for James. Pray for us. Appreciate everybody coming in. Broski, Watchman, Daryl. I think Jerry Barrett. Thank you for the like there, brother. And anybody else that's watched this. We've been on quite a while. Have a great day. Well, when are you on next? You're up. You're this 3:00 today.
3:00 today, yeah. And then
for us,
I'll be on Carl's show tonight today.
Yeah, I'll be 8:30 in the morning for the Sunday morning show. So
tomorrow, 7 p.m. every Sunday, it's Haitian Invasion, Springfield, Ohio, and then whatever topic we're going to talk about.
I love it, man. I love it.
I've had 2 of those live streams on Sunday removed from YouTube because of content.
Yeah.
So.
What's your main platform?
My main platform? You mean like political?
No. What are you? I mean, as far as your podcast,
he's on Rumble, man.
I'm Rumble. I'm simulcast Rumble and YouTube, and I'm getting ready to get my blue check for X, so I'll do it on all 3 platforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got like 23,600, 700 between the 2 platforms as far as followers.
Yeah.
And
good deal, man.
And cool. Sunday shows get spicy. Spicy.
No, not with you.
No, it ain't just me. No, it ain't just me. It's the people that come on that are locals that have been fighting this fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They bring the dirt. They bring the dirt.
Bring the dirt. I like it.
They bring the dirt. And you know, and our local politicians watch my show, because when I went to the commission meeting, I got recognized as soon as I walked in because they could not stop eyeballing me. And I'm thinking, this is interesting. And every time they'd have something to say that was kind of
difference.
Yeah. Because there was a lady in front of me, and she didn't notice me sitting behind her until she heard me speak. And I seen her like perk up as soon as I was speaking at the podium, because I was like I said, I was sitting behind her, so she never saw me until I got up to the podium.
Yeah.
And she said, man, as soon as I heard your voice, I knew exactly who you was. Because she made a point to come up and shake my hand and talking about my show and how much it means to everybody in town. And well, that's cool. So, So apparently I'm a source of conversation at these meetings every now and then.
I love it. Love it. All right, folks, take care. We're out, and we'll see you soon.
Don't forget
And,
to kick. Don't forget to hug your dog and kick your wife. Or is it hug your dog and pet your wife? One of the depends on how you feel about your wife, I guess.
One or the other, yeah.
If you're asking me, they're getting kicked.
Well, always keep ascending.
Yeah, you're gonna get us in trouble. The wife's gonna be mad,
Hey,
or the dog won, or something. I don't know.
My ex-wife's been mad at me for 25 years, so I don't give a shit. So,
Wow.
See you, brother.
see ya.
Take care. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Out on the airwaves, mud soaked and loud. Cornbread man talking, biscuit boy proud. Static crackles like a rattlesnake's tail. Voices rolling like a freight train wheel. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Gravy drips in the southern drawl. Stories thick like the cypress tall. Radio rebels riding wild and free, shouting truths like a storm at sea.